What's going on, world? Guys, you're going to have to sacrifice. Like at this point, you're going to have to sacrifice. There's going to be some things you're going to have to sacrifice. Like you got to really get tired of talking about it. All you're doing is talking. Like you're going to have to sacrifice. You're going to have to sacrifice some time, some people, some habits. But you're going to have to sacrifice. If you really want that lifestyle that you keep talking about, you're going to have to sacrifice. Like, ain't you tired of talking? All you do is talk. Like, you have to sacrifice. Like, I'm telling you, when I was living with my mom, I promise you, I kept telling myself, I'm going to move out. I'm going to move out every year. I'm going to move out. I'm going to move out. And I didn't do it. Every year, I just was disappointed in myself. I promise you when I tell you this. Once I sacrifice, like buying lunch, buying sneakers, buying clothes, going out, once I sacrificed that, and I started putting that right into the savings, I kept putting it, boom, 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 boom. I promise you, by the time it was 3 months, I had more than enough to move out, and I moved out. I sacrificed. I'm talking about eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for lunch, embarrassed. While all my boys, they out there getting McDonald's and all the extra stuff. I promise you, I knew what the goal was. I knew what I really wanted. I knew it. I knew I had to sacrifice. Like people buying sneakers, I had tons of sneakers. Why do I need to add more sneakers to what I already had? Like I'm buying clothes, going out, I shut it all down. And this is what I want you to do. Shut it down. Shut it all down. If you're trying to move out your apartment, shut it down, get busy. If you're trying to start that business, shut it down, get busy. If you're trying to go back to school, shut it down and get busy. Why are you procrastinating yourself? Why are you procrastinating yourself? Why are you putting yourself on the back burner for stuff that you want to do? Like, at what point do you say, yo, I really keep just talking about, I'm not really about that action. Like the situation I'm in, I know it could be better. I know it could be better. But I'd rather sit around and I'd rather keep talking about it because it sounds nice. Yo, I'm going back to school. When? Did you do the paperwork? Did you go to the school? I'm about to start this online business. Did you go get a website? Are you working on a website? Like, y'all, I'm about to start losing weight. All right, when did you start? Are you starting? What's your plan? Like, at this point, you have to sacrifice. If you want to be successful, you're going to have to sacrifice. It's going to be tough. I promise you it's going to be tough. It's going to be some stuff that go through your mind that's going to challenge you. That little person in your mind is going to challenge you, and it's going to fight you, and it's going to tell you everything why you should do the opposite of what you want to do. I promise you, that little person, if you could beat that little person that's telling you, no, don't do that. No, let's do this. If that little person comes in your mind and tells you everything that you want to hear because it sounds nice and it makes sense, I promise you, the weakest muscle, the weakest thing we have in our body is our brain. Because we can tell ourselves anything we want to hear, and it makes sense. And this is why I'm telling you, you have to sacrifice. You have to sacrifice listening to that little person in your head that's saying, you can't do this. You have to sacrifice that little person that's saying, we could do it tomorrow. You have to sacrifice that little person that's saying, we'll start next week. You have to sacrifice that little person that's saying, we can start next year. You have to sacrifice saying that person won't help you. You have to sacrifice saying, why do you really need to do this? Or why do you need to go there? Or why do you need to be around those people? Or why you need to get that information? Why do you need to be around people that, that is doing what you want to do, but it makes sense for you to be home. It makes sense for you to spend all your money. It makes sense for you to keep those bad habits. It just makes sense. And once you get past that little person in your head, you have sacrificed the ultimate challenge in your life. It's your boy Lemar Wilson saying, uplift your mind before you uplift your phone. See you next week. Peace.